Hello everybody, we are live at IBC in the middle of September, so we are actually recording this a month before On Air happens, but I thought it'd be a really good chance to get you all in the room, as it were, to talk about On Air and the roles that you've had in the project and what we hope we're going to achieve from it, so that actually everybody watching at home, watching the stream, will kind of find out a bit more about everything that's happened up until this point and all of the amazing work that you've been doing to help support On Air and getting it live. So, without further ado, would you like to introduce yourselves? Polly, let's start with you.
I'm Polly Hickling. I'm the Learning and Development Lead for Media at Atos, and my other roles include Vice President of Education for Cinti, Head of Education for Women in Streaming Media, and I'm also Rise Academy trustee. So
Yeah, you wear a few different hats, Polly,
just
don't
a few
you?
different hats.
Yeah. Thank you, Sarah.
Hi, I'm Sarah Chase. I'm a broadcast consultant, and I am borrowing back from my earlier career to provide the schedule for On Air and some live playout.
Amazing. And Russell.
Yeah, my name is Russell Trafford-Jones. I lead industry engagement for TechX. I'm also the chair of the IT Media Technical Network, and really pleased to be here.
Yeah, thank you so much. So, Russell, maybe we'll start with you actually. What has your role been in On Air, and what kind of challenges have you faced within your part of the process in getting it all together?
Well, I guess I represent like a whole team really of technical people. So, my heritage is in engineering, and I really like getting into the detail. So, one of the things that we felt was really important was to create a platform. It is 24 hours of real TV as far as we're concerned, and just like we've got Sarah on here to do scheduling, just like you would for a TV channel, we also need a bit of extra infrastructure, a little bit more stuff, rather than just a computer that's streaming to YouTube. So to do it in a way which is really professional and represents not only our place in the industry, but also does justice to everything that the students are doing at the universities around the world. We've been finding ways to put together a whole cloud playout system, deliver the live video, and it's a little bit tricky because, of course, going from Auckland all the way around to America, you've got to find good ways of getting that live video from whichever university it is all the way to the right place. And although the internet's an amazing thing, you have to put a bit of thought into that to really make sure it's done well, and you're not going to lose anything.
Yeah, and that has taken some thought, hasn't it? For context, we're in September, and we've been working on this project probably for 4 or 5 months now, and there have been lots of conversations around that technical workflow and what partners we need and what does that look like, haven't there? And when you, as a team, are going about like designing and thinking about this, are there kind of some obvious solutions, or does it all come together naturally, or has it been a bit more tricky kind of working out which partners we need to kind of fulfill the workflow?
Well, I don't think it's too bad. I think one of the great things is that we've got people involved both from vendors who are used to putting their stuff in the mix, as well as people from broadcasters. So they've got that experience of creating something, and whilst this is obviously bespoke, usually there's somebody that we know that's helpful. And really, I think you've probably noticed, if you go up to a vendor and say we're helping students put on a massive show for 24 hours, they'll immediately say yes. Go and use our stuff. Yeah. We want to help out.
Yeah,
and so it's actually been fantastic with just getting all of that practical feedback from everyone really, and we've put it together. We haven't tested it yet.
We haven't tested it yet. So actually,
really
in a month's time, when this is going out live on the channel, we hope that it's all working.
Then we'll have fixed those problems. But it's the other thing is we're able to take the best of kind of cloud technology. Yeah. And certainly, what I would want to do is, as we put it into place, we're going to start explaining what it is that is actually there, how we're delivering this, and it's not closed shop. It's an open experience that everybody should benefit from.
Yeah, amazing, thank you. And Sarah, let's come to your role. You have been juggling many balls across the schedule. Tell us a little bit about kind of pulling all of that together and how you've been working around the different time zones and getting it all in place.
Yes, it's been, I think we're probably on about the 7th or 8th or 9th version of the schedule now, and it has been kind of shifting around as we learn more, as more universities heard about this amazing project and wanted to get involved. So what I've been working on is I'm part of the scheduling team, so there's me and 2 other people, Larissa Youngshay and Paul Walsh. And we've been putting together the schedule, starting over in Sydney and then moving all the way around through Hong Kong, Mumbai, and then through Europe and South Africa and the UK and Sao Paulo, and then back to you.
Yeah, because we're across 6 continents, which is crazy, right? All the universities will know this anyway, but for people listening at home, we've got 17 universities across 6 continents, and that's all who have their own different time zones. So that's
exactly. Time zones have been everything for me at the moment. Working out on the 16th of October, what is the time zone in every single country? Because obviously we're in BST now, and people move and shift at different times. So I think I've become a little anal in checking time zone differences, but I'm really pleased with how the schedule's come together. It's nice and packed. We have time we've got filler time in between the live slots, so then we can do some lovely promotional stuff. We're asking for short form material as well. Yeah. So although I've been working on the actual kind of the baseline, these are the live events, this is when it's happening. Making sure it follows the sun and making sure that the time zones work for all of the locations as well. Over in London, we're going to be here for we'll be up all night and all day and all night again, so it's absolutely fine for us. And then it's working about all the presentation elements and my history. I used to work in scheduling and presentation many years ago, so I am quite anal about things looking neat and tidy and really super professional. So looking forward to all the kind of the dress elements of the schedule coming together as well. And then on the actual day, this is when things are going to get really exciting, because our universities have been given a 1-hour live show, and it is 1 hour in the schedule.
She's quite strict, everybody.
It's 1 hour, and in the nicest possible way, the instruction has been, you please don't overrun, because that's going to be eating into other people's time, and please don't underrun, because we're going to have to catch you. But obviously it's live, and we know that there are going to be some curveballs. We know people are not going to bring it in to the second, so that's where Larissa, Paul and I are going to take the reins on the live transmission, so we will be retiming the schedule constantly throughout those 24 hours, just to make sure that the live times all fall in at the complete right time. We've also been working on contingency schedules, because we know things don't always go well. So we've got backup playlists. So, for example, if we lost any kind of feed, but we won't, because Russell's got
Russell and the team have got it in place.
They've got pressure. It. But for any reason, if the universities were delayed, or I don't know, anything at all, we've got something that we can stick in the schedule while we work it out. So, Carrie, your work's going to be as kind of like editorial overseeing of everything. Is going to be, okay, what do we do? Are we going to get back on track? Are we going to skip this university? How are we going to kind of make up and fill the time? But that's the joy of live TV. It's supposed to be like that.
I've suddenly felt a little bit sick, but it won't. It will all be good.
It will all be good because we all want it to be. People show up. People pull it out the bag.
And I think this is a thing. I was talking to California State University last week before, and there were quite a number of members of staff on the call, all who were asking questions, and I came off of it and I went, oh wow, there's a team of you, and then all of your students.
It's big.
And it's big, and actually that's then being replicated in 17 locations, plus the channel play out. It's big, right? I think we forget that there's all of this work happening behind the scenes, and as you said, all the universities and the students want it to be great as well, right? They want it. So I think they will be sticking to that 1 hour, hopefully, and won't be overrunning. But I think understanding the nuances of what we're going to be juggling on the day in the background as well, in terms of preparing, if you say, if we do lose a feed, is hopefully good insight for everybody as well.
I'm looking forward to seeing what the students are going to come up with creativity. What a joy for a student to be gifted with, you've got an hour. Use your voice. What is it that you want to say? What is it you want to do? Get creative. And also Well, I mean, we don't want to kind of put too many restrictions on what they choose to broadcast. However, it does need to be Ofcom compliant.
Yes.
So we'll be watching out for any language.
Yeah, we've got some editorial policies, haven't we?
Yeah.
That obviously everybody will have been working on and looking at and ensuring they're within all of those guidelines.
Yeah.
Thank you, Holly. You have worked in a university yourself. You've been a tutor, and you now work at Everton. And as we said, manage many different hats.
Atos now.
Atos, sorry. Let me get it right. What do you think students are going to get from working on this project?
Well, firstly, I just want to say how amazing it is that we're even doing this, and the work that everybody is putting into it. It is epic. I mean, every time somebody talks to me about it, I'm like, wow, that is insane.
It's slightly insane.
But also, just with listening to you two talking there, I think it's really clear that this is a representation of industry, and having to meet Ofcom, having to use vendors and make technical systems like you would within industry. It's exposing them to the world that they're going to work in a really nice, supportive way, and in a community of their peers.
Yeah.
And I don't think we should underestimate what working with a community of your peers actually means. Thinking just about what we're doing right now. Behind the scenes here are students.
Yes.
When these students meet each other, they will go, and I think Alex said it yesterday in a session, you meet your peers and you go through your careers together.
Yes.
And I made connections when I was a student at IBC working here, who I've seen here today. We still keep in contact. They get me involved in things, I get them involved in things. So actually, it's not just about understanding what it's like to work in industry. It's about building a community and being able to support each other. And I think one of the things that I've heard a lot is there's not always a lot of option to do that, and there really isn't much option to do it globally. So I think maybe I mentioned that one time and you really took that on board and made that into a massive thing. But it's going to be a really fantastic thing for them to know across the world other students in the same position as them.
Yeah, and that's what we want to do. That's exactly it. We want to forge that community to ensure that they do have those connections, and that we will have WhatsApp groups and LinkedIn groups to make sure that the connections go way beyond the on air and actually kind of, as you say, last and go way into their career and forevermore.
Exactly.
But then to flip that the other way, why do you think industry have got involved? Because it's extraordinary. All of you are here because you are supporting this project. You're all volunteering your time, as are many other people. Why do you think industry have kind of resonated with this project so much, and what do you think they're going to get out of it?
Well, I think we always have a fear around industry, being too busy to support things. But like Russell said, when you have those conversations, people want to help.
Yes.
The thing is people are busy, so you have to make it really clear to somebody how they can help. So, having you guys go directly to industry to say, I need this, they'll go, yeah, here you go. We have had that response, so it has been extraordinary. We want to support the students coming through because they're our talent of the future. And again, that's been a hot topic here at IBC with the talent programme. We've got to nurture that, because otherwise we won't have anybody working for us in the future. So I think the industry is very aware of that, but they don't have the time to if we go to them with something vague, nothing's going to happen. So you've got to be really, really clear about what you want. And that's, again, the lovely thing about this project. As crazy and enormous as it is, actually it's very clear. It's a production.
Yeah.
It's just an epic one.
Yeah.
It's meant that you can ask people for something specific, which I think is really key.
Yeah, and actually, so Russell, thinking about that, for quite a long time at the start of this project, we didn't have any comms in place. And that was one big shout out that we did have to do to industry. Probably you're right, because it was just like this gaping hole. Like, how on earth are we going to communicate with everybody, and how are they going to know when they're going live? And actually, that's been the beauty of it as well, hasn't it? And we've got ClearCom working with us now on the solution, so that's been fantastic. So, but there was a big gap for quite a long while, and I was quite worried about that for a little bit.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, one of the IBC accelerators here is investigating how to do comms over the internet, how to do it really well with the newest technologies, but also generic technologies which are accessible. It's not a solved problem, and that's why it's just that little bit more difficult. But we've been to the industry saying, who's got what, how can we get something to fit in, and they came through. And I think for a lot of vendors, at the end of the day, we're all people, and we're nice people.
We are all nice people.
But everybody here is, and so there is a natural tendency just to want to help and say, yeah, okay, this is great. Of course, I'll help some students, but it actually goes beyond that. And I think many companies do understand. Not only do we know, although it's really great to remind people, that there's actually students learning how to do all of this stuff, every day. Around the world.
And in an industry that's changing so much as well, right? We struggle as an industry, but students, I think that's the whole world, isn't it, trying to then navigate that too.
But most of the people I've spoken to, some of the courses I know, university-wise, you almost don't expect anybody not to get a job, because there's so many people here saying, yes, I absolutely need somebody, you've got the skills. But by investing in this type of event, it's just another step of giving all of those students more experience, so they can come out of university and perhaps even get a better job, right? So it's all very well saying, yeah, we're giving jobs and we've got this ecosystem, but we should always be trying to improve that. And I think that's what underlies a lot of the engagement and the collaboration that we've had.
Yeah, that's so true. And Sarah, coming back to you, what are you excited about for the actual on air? So when we're this little segment that we're doing will go out on the channel, we'll be in the background running around.
Yeah.
But what is it that you're particularly excited about for on air itself?
Well, I'm looking forward to the actual event, the moment that we go live. I cannot wait. So I'm a natural celebrator. I can't help it, and a natural optimist. So yeah, hopefully you can borrow those skills as well.
Yeah, we love those.
I can't wait to see when I want to see the students celebrate. I want to see them celebrate the work that they've achieved together, and that's the bit that I can't wait. So when they've come back from their live, and we can see, I want to be able to see the after effects and what happens next. I think it's a really joyful thing, and it's a really fun thing. So it's they're able to experiment in kind of a safe environment what real TV currently is. I also think it's really important for the industry to look at our students and learn. So I think it's a two-way thing as well. We're going to be leading.
Yeah, there's an assumption that it could just be one way, right? It's just about.
Yeah, I think we need to be listening to this incoming generation, because actually they've got more. They've got more tech experience, and it's native to them, and they are going to also be the future consumers. So I think it's definitely a two-way learning, and it shouldn't be on the assumption that as an industry group that we're teaching or learning. Yes, we're guiding and we're supplying, but I think we should be listening as well.
Yeah, I totally agree. And Polly was nodding her head rapidly there.
Yeah, and it came up in a discussion yesterday actually where. We were talking about where SIMTI was going, what was the future of SIMTI, and Rich Welsh very eloquently put it that the future was actually the young people, because they are creating content in completely different ways to what we've seen before. And I think that's what we should be really excited about this project. What are they going to do?
Yeah.
I mean, it's great, isn't it? And talking to students here, they're just really excited. They come to IBC and they see all the technology, and their brains go, what can I do with that then?
Yeah.
How can I use that?
Yeah.
Where can we go?
Yeah.
And again, obviously within the industry we are innovating constantly, we are evolving the technology. We don't always have the time to have that thought process of what can I do with that? How can I play with it? Whereas they've got a little bit more time. They love a little bit of a tinker. So, it's really exciting to see what they're going to come out with. And definitely we should be observing that. I'd love to see some papers come out of this.
Yeah. Well, actually, one of the universities has asked for industry to give them feedback on on their 1 hour. So we will be organising that. So that will be for everybody, not just for that one university to, just have that further engagement. But I think that direct feedback is going to be super helpful as well. So that will be part of the kind of follow-up to on air as well. I'd love to just ask you, Russell, is there anything that conversations from IBC specifically this year that you think students should be aware of? Has anything come up in the accelerator area or other bits of the talent strand? Anything else that you think, actually, it's a good nugget of advice or information that might be helpful for any students coming through?
Yeah, I mean, I think the IBC Accelerator program is an interesting one. Everybody really should be looking out for it because, to a certain extent, it's incubating technologies which, in some ways, are already existing, but we haven't managed to put them together in the right way yet, or we just needed that extra collaboration. So, it is really a list of up-and-coming topics. And I think one of the most accessible one is 5G. And I say that because I think it's an enabler for people to go around with cameras, backpacks. There's students throughout the world who have jobs whilst they're training, going out, filming live events or anything really. And I always love it when people are creating at the same time as learning the technical side and doing all of the coursework and all this kind of stuff. So, 5G has been a consistent conversation piece over the last few years in the IBC Accelerator. So, IBC itself, therefore, is that kind of list. It's a reading list of saying, well, yeah, this is my kind of area of the world that I'm interested in. Not everybody wants to carry a camera, and there are other things to do there with low latency streaming, with standards that have just been written, and you think, well, we've already done that technology. Well, no, we haven't. We've written it down, and now it's time to try it out and see what the problems are, and then deliver live video over the internet in a way that hasn't been done before. We feel like it has because we've been talking about it for ages. Yeah. But there's always better ways to do it, and I think there's always that focus to strive and do better. Whether it's a large organisation or individuals, we can all be involved.
So actually, anybody watching the stream, if you don't know about the IBC Accelerator, do check it out because there's loads going on there. Right, just finally to wrap up, Holly, any further advice or tips for students that are about to be doing their live segment?
Just make the most of it. Enjoy it, engage with it, note who your peers are across the globe and make sure you kind of connect with those people who are also involved in the project, not just the industry community but the student community as well.
Perfect. Sarah, any final advice for anyone that's about to go live?
Please don't overrun. Please don't underrun.
Well, you can tell everybody, can't you? She's going to be on it on the day.
Don't say any swear words. I'm not expecting. No, just really embrace it. Have a blast.
Yeah.
And I think everyone working on the project as well. This is, dare I say it? I can say it now. It's fun.
Yeah.
And in our day jobs, we don't get to be scrappy like this every day, and work with people I don't get to work with every day. So it's fun, and I really want the students to feel that energy and to have fun with us.
Yeah, perfect. Russell, final word?
Well, we're all here wanting everybody to succeed. This is a positive situation, so I totally agree. It's about saying, right, here we are, I'm going to do it, and I'm not worried about what other people think because this is us, and we're here to share, and I'm looking forward to it. I know you are too.
Yeah, amazing. Thank you so much, all of you. Thank you for all the work that you're doing to make On Air happen. Really wouldn't have happened without all of you. So thank you so much, and thank you for joining us today.
Oh, thank you, Carrie.
Thank you, Carrie, for coming up with the idea in the
Yes,
first place.
I know, and bringing this all together. It's fantastic.
Thank you.